Hey everybody, welcome back. So recently the people at UIBI Power reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to test their car jump starter. And my first thought was, no, I've already reviewed 2 or 3 jump starters. I really don't need to look at another one. But then I took a look at this one and I thought, you know what, this is pretty interesting. And I said, yeah, send it to me. So here's the box it comes in, and you can see it's got a display on the front more like a portable power station than a car jump starter, and that's what got me interested in it. This is their model S600 booster pack, power bank, and flashlight. There's some car starting instructions on the side, some more information. It has 2 USB-A ports and a USB-C port. There's the specifications. It's also printed on the back. I've already taken it out of the box. Comes with a nice little set of instructions that give you both specifications and how it functions, which is kind of nice. You might want to keep that with it. Comes with 2 USB cables. One is C on one end and A on the other is C on both ends. And of course it comes with the little jump starter box and clamps there. Also comes with a nice zippered carrying case that holds everything nice and snugly. I like the yellow because it'll show up in among all the other junk in the back of my vehicle. So let's take a look at the device itself. It has that really interesting screen on it. It's got a power button and a flashlight button. Over here it has the 3 USB ports, and I will show you their specs. It's printed on the back as well. And here is where you plug in the jump starter box. Here's the flashlights on the end. I'll demonstrate those as well. Model S600, capacity to 26,800 milliamp hours or 99 watt hours. Jump start output 12 volts. USB A1 output is 5 volts at 2.4 amps. USB A2 output is 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps, or 12 volts at 1.5. And then the Type C is an input and an output. So it's 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 3 amps, 12 volts at 3 amps, 15 volts at 3 amps, and 20 volts at 3.25 amps. And the peak current for jump starting is 5,000 amps. So let's take a look at the flashlight. Let's take a look at the screen first. Turn it on. You get this really nice readout, both with the percent of charge left in it and how many watts are going in or out, and then out, and it will also say in when it's being charged. Says it will do 5,000 amps, 10-liter gas or 10-liter diesel. And one of the reasons I haven't wanted to really look at another one of these is because I have no way to put a huge load on them. I don't have big diesel engines or 500 cubic inch V8s or things like that. I just have the straight 6s in my Jeep, and they're not hard to crank, but we'll do that anyway. So there are, again, the 3 charging ports. Let's take a look at the flashlight. Warning, flashing lights ahead. So there's the flashlight on its normal setting. One more gives you SOS. And one more just gives you a steady, fast flashing on it. I have a couple of chargers here. This one I think is about 10 amps, and this one here, or 10 watts. And this one here is 68 watts. That's the charger that came with my Motorola phone. So let's plug it into this one first. So the single digit here flashes when it tells us it's being charged, and will go up in increments of 1 as it charges. And tell us we have an 11 watt charge. Go. This is a 68 watt charger. Let's see what it says. "62 watts, that's a pretty fast charge." I do like that screen though. I do like getting more information than just, you know, the 4 or 5 LEDs that show you the state of charge on the typical car jump starter. Anyway, let's take it out and let's jump start a car and let's make sure it'll do that. So let's give this thing a test. Sorry for all the noise out here today. I got some construction guys across the street putting in a new water line. I have birds dive bombing me. There's somebody with some power equipment across the road. and of course cars going by. But here is my old Jeep. This is a straight 6 4-liter Jeep motor, not the hardest engine to turn over for sure, probably not the easiest either. But I have the fuel pump relay out, and I am going to disconnect the negative battery terminal, and we're going to see if this will start. Some of these, with these types of smart clamps, some of them don't seem to like to recognize the fact that there is actually a car they're trying to start unless there's a battery, even a dead one, in line. But what if somebody steals your battery and you still have one of these? Be nice to be able to start it up and drive home on the alternator, right? But let's take a look at this. What are we at? We are at 100%. Don't know. Can you see that? 100%. Just came off the charger. I'm going to put the camera on a tripod, so I'll be right back. Okay, the camera is on a tripod. The battery is disconnected. We're at 100% on the device. Probably can't see that because of the sun. We're going to plug it into the right end. And what we should get is this flashing red and green, which it is, telling me it's ready. And then when I connect it to the battery cable, it should click and turn green, which it did. Now I have 30 seconds to see if it'll crank it. Let's give it a shot. And these typically have a period of time which they will crank before they shut off. And that would have easily started the car if the fuel pump were in, and we'll check that. But let's unplug it. What are we at? Did it change the percentage? Now says 72%. Let's try again. Flashing red and green, turn green. Let's try it again. So that cranks this almost as fast, if not faster, than the original battery, and now says we're down to 25%. I'm going to put the fuel pump relay back in. Let's see if it'll start it. Oh, fuel pump relay goes right there. Let's see if it'll start it. So it tells me it's ready to go again. Battery is still completely disconnected, so no problem whatsoever trying to do this. So there you have it. Let me shut this off. Let me put my car back together, and I'll come back and give you my final opinion. So you'll note that it has recovered to 52% in the 15 or 20 minutes it took me to put the Jeep back together and bring everything inside. And I have no doubt that it would easily crank it and start it again. It had a lot of power, as you heard. I really like it. I think it's an excellent jump starter. I think the display on it gives it kind of more of a portable power station use than the average jump starter with just the, the 4 or 5 LEDs for information would do for you. It definitely, you can tell how much is going into it and how much is coming out of it and how much is left in it, which I think is pretty good. I also like the fact that the little smart clamp thing on it had no problems detecting that it was connected to a vehicle and should crank, even when there was no battery connected at all. I've had some in the past that wouldn't do that. So I think it's really good. I liked it, and I will be using it and reporting on it in the future. I want to thank UIBI for sending this out to me. I will put links below. I want to thank you guys for watching my videos. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.